You are now watching Showbiz Now, your daily showbiz update. Breaking news, tila tinapos nga lang ni Deniece Cornejo ang New Year or ang Kapaskuhan matapos nga na mag-file muli ng motion para i-inhibit ang nasabi nga pong bail na ibinigay ng Taguig Court kay Vhong Navarro. Ito'y para ipagbawal o ihinto ang nasabi nga pong pansamantalang kalagaan nitong si Vhong Navarro. Ayon sa naging motion ni Deniece Cornejo, nakikita niya na bias ang nasabing korte. Narito ang full update mula sa Manila Bulletin. Model Deniece Cornejo wants its Showtime host and comedian Ferdinand Vhong Navarro to be put in jail again. She asked at the Taguig Court to reverse its decision granting bail to Navarro and to inhibit from hearing the rape case she filed against him. Cornejo, through his lawyer Howard Calleja, filed a motion for reconsideration with motion to inhibit on December 19 with the Taguig Regional Trial Court, RTC Branch 69 under Judge Lorely Datahan. Navarro is accused of raping Cornejo on January 17, 2014 in her condominium unit in Taguig. On December 5, the Taguig RTC Branch 69 issued a decision and granted bail to Navarro in the amount of 1 million pesos. He was released from the Taguig City Jail male dormitory on December 6. Viewed in light of all the foregoing and taking the evidence presented in the bail hearings as a whole, this court is not convinced at this point that there exists a presumption great leading to the inference of the accused's guilt. Yan ang says ng Taguig Trial Court. In studying the evidence presented during Navarro's 5 bail hearings held in October and November, the Taguig Court noted that after a thorough scrutiny of the documentary and testimonial evidence presented in this petition for bail, the court finds that the prosecution fell short in establishing that the guilt of the accused, Navarro, is strong. In her motion for consideration, Cornejo said Navarro failed to file the formal offer of evidence as ordered by the Honorable Court, not just once but twice, or on 11 of November and 18 November 2022 respectively. She added that the Taguig Court erred in finding that inconsistencies in the private complainant's affidavit and testimonies are too material to ignore. The private complaint, Cornejo never said that she was not raped in the formal complaints filed. The third complaint clarified that the first complaint or the two complaints filed stated intertwining facts that happened on the 17th January and 2022 January 2014. Ayon kay Cornejo, the private complainant never said that she was not raped. The private complainant was merely silent about it because she was scared and ashamed of the stigma of a rape victim. She was scared that her family will no longer be able to depend on her. She was also terrified at the thought of going against a giant such as Vhong Navarro. Furthermore, she only had the attempted rape that happened on January 22 blotted because she wanted to consult with her family and she scared how they would take the news and how the effect will be to the public, knowing that she was raped by the accused. And in the present case, the private complainant was victim shamed for being an alleged high-class prostitute, a woman of lost morals, or a woman who was merely lying. This was the social stigma she was scared of and which was attacked to her. She repeatedly stated the trauma she continues to experience in court, and this was corroborated by the witness presented by the prosecution. Furthermore, the trauma the private complainant continues to experience hindered her from fully understanding and clearly communicating all the events immediately in the affidavits, as they were also prepared by different lawyers, and this affidavit were prepared for her at the height of the media attacks against her, and when she was charged with a non-bailable serious illegal detention case and was even incarcerated. This was very traumatic for a 23-year-old student at the time. The motion of Cornejo said, Cornejo's camp stated that the Taguig court also erred in finding that the evidence presented failed to establish the material allegations in the information, including that the private complainant was beaten up nor intoxicated to a point that will deprive her of her willpower. Furthermore, the accused in this case has moral ascendancy over the victim, especially in the industry where both parties are involved. The accused being the more senior one in such time or in such line of work. Cornejo's camp stated that despite all of this unrefuted, unrebutted, and uncontroverted testimonies and evidence by the complainant and her witnesses, and despite the multiple procedural violations committed by the accused was still granted bail. So she asked the court to inhibit in hearing the rape case against Navarro. With all due respect, and given how this honorable court has disposed of the case despite the otherwise clear pronouncements in law and jurisprudence on the issues surrounding this case, the private complainant is of the clear notion that this honorable court is already biased and partial in the handling of the case, that she feels justice will not be served. And with all due respect due to his honorable court, the private complainant prays of this honorable court to rescue and inhibit from further proceeding in hearing the above captioned case and direct the immediate referral of the case. Yan ang naging request ni Cornejo sa Korte. Cornejo also asked the court to reverse the decision and issue a new warrant of arrest against Navarro. She asked the court to reverse and set aside the order dated December 5, 2022 and to issue a warrant of arrest against the accused, Ferdinand Navarro. Navarro's camp said they will oppose the motion for reconsideration filed by Cornejo. The defense will definitely file its oppositions to that, said lawyer Mariglen Abraham Garduque, who served as collaborating counsel for Navarro during the bail hearings. But at the onset, I just want to state that the court properly exercised its discretion in granting the petition for bail. Well, to make the long story short, ay inaasahan nga ni Deniece Cornejo na papanig sa kanya ang korte. Ibinahagi nga ni Deniece na hindi naging patas ang korte sa pagrebisa ng desisyon o sa pagbibigay ng bail kay Vhong Navarro. Request ni Deniece Cornejo sa korte na bigyan muli ng bagong warrant of arrest itong si Vhong Navarro. Siyempre, ito ay lalabanan naman ng panig ni Vhong. Ano kaya mangyayari? Magagrant kaya na ang nasabing bail ay mahinto? Yan ang ating abangan. At ano ang masisay nyo sa panibagong file ng motion na ito ni Deniece? Ilagay na ang inyong opinion dito sa ating comment section. Images are all credit to the rightful owners, and thank you for watching. Showbiz Now.